We are not dependent on the NBA. I've known Commissioner Silver, again, my whole professional career, and I consider him to be one of my best friends, and I absolutely love Adam. He's the reason I went to Toronto in the first place is not just the opportunity in the city, Adam Silver. And I went and saw David Stern and Adam Silver before I took the job because everyone thought it was about hockey in the leagues. But I kept on saying, the greatest opportunity ever is the Raptors. They got 35 million people. They got an entire country that they own, and they haven't figured it out yet. Let's go figure it out. So Adam is not only a confidant and a friend, there's not a way in hell I'm trying to misread where the NBA is. The NBA is not ready to talk about expansion, and I accept that. So we figured out a way to go build Vegas without counting on the NBA. But should the NBA want to move or relocate or expand, their decision will be ready. So we're going to build it like we did. Seattle did not have an NHL team when we won that bid. Seattle doesn't have an NBA team currently, nor is there anyone planned for Seattle. But we spent $50 million with Climate Pledge Arena, making it NBA ready. There's a locker room, there's media areas, there's broadcast positions, there's all of the space. Every economic deal that Todd and I did in Seattle, naming rights, founding partners, arena partners, presenting partners, suite holders, bunker suite holders, club seat holders, every deal was built to make sure that if the NBA decides to come to Seattle one day, again, their decision, we will create an economic model that will be top third without an owner having to go spend $2 billion, which is what the Clippers are going to spend on their new arena. And so those that argue the NBA is going to come and they're going to build their own arena in Seattle, never going to happen, in all due respect, because I don't think you could ever get it approved in that city, and I don't think you can afford it. It's still one of the 2 or 3 most expensive markets in all of the U.S. to construct. Vegas is different. So what Vegas doesn't have is it doesn't have an arena and a campus built for live entertainment. And if you think about music, if you think about UFC, if you think about boxing, we can make it work economically by building the greatest arena ever built in Vegas. And by the way, that's acknowledging there's the Sphere that Jim Dolan's building down the street, and it's spectacular. But what he's going for is an experience. It'll be residencies. It'll be programming that he creates. It's going to be, I think, incredible. I think he's going to reinvent the business. And I think that's actually a calling card for us, because I think more people are going to want to come to Vegas. What we're going to build is a campus where the biggest events in music, the biggest events in sports will happen in our campus. And we'll create an arena. And look, the last deal I did at AG was T-Mobile. And so I know that arena. And I love the MGM guys because they stepped up and said yes in one meeting. It's fantastic for what it is. We spent roughly $365 million on that arena. I'm going to spend $1 billion on this arena. It's going to be spectacular. It will be an arena that will not only be the finest music venue in the country, but the finest sports venue. And if the NBA wants to come to Vegas, believe me, this building will be able to capture the revenue streams in an unencumbered way for the NBA to make it worth someone writing a check to buy a franchise or to buy an expansion team. But we're not counting on it, because I won't get ahead of Adam. I just won't. And Adam and I have had very straightforward conversations about this. In no way, shape, or form have we been promised, nor do we expect an NBA team in Vegas. But if you read the tea leaves, I'll take that risk, because we can make it work off of music and off of boxing and off of UFC and off of other events that we could put in that building. Look, the arena in Austin, Texas is going to do probably 120 events this year without UT men's and women's basketball. Mm-hmm. If I could do 120 events in Vegas by building the greatest arena they've ever seen and having partners that are in the content business, we're going to be just fine. And then we'll build a pointed destination where the hotel and the theater and the casino and the restaurants and the retail and the pool, everything will be intermixed together to create the first true pointed destination in Vegas built solely around live entertainment. It's a risk we're willing to take.
If your best friend purchased the Memphis Grizzlies and was looking for a new home, would you send him to Seattle or Vegas?
No, I'd send him to Memphis. I would. At the end of the day, we know that deal fairly well. There are bonds committed to that arena that were backstopped by the team's lease. There's improvements that the city of Memphis are talking about making in that arena. And so I saw what happened when the Sonics left Seattle. That you don't want to see that happen. And so we're not here in Seattle. We didn't steal a franchise. We went out and wrote a check for $650 million to the partners in the NHL because I believe in the NHL. David Bannerman believes in the NHL. We weren't out trying to steal a team's franchise. You don't go build a business plan or make a $3 billion investment in Vegas by trying to steal somebody else's team. That's up to the league to figure out if and when they want to move or if and when they want to expand. If they do, Vegas is there. Do I think it's going to be about a team moving there? That's up to the 30 owners of the NBA for them to make that decision, not mine. If a team became available, do we have an ownership group ready to go in Vegas? Yes. Do we have an ownership group ready to go in Seattle? Yes, we do.